I don't know if this is maybe I might have to rotate the phone. I don't know. Let's see here. I'll rotate. There. Okay, there we go. I think I might be able to. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'm all here at my place, and as you can tell, I got my generator running. I bought it for $400 a few days ago from a guy named Chris on Facebook. I was pissed at him today because it wasn't working, and I just was so frustrated. But when I'm determined to do something, I'll just get it done. But yeah, the fuel gauge works. It hasn't gone out yet, and it's at half full because I'm charging the lithium battery and running the AC. So I adjusted the valves. The valve head is right here, and the carburetor and everything. I swapped out the carburetor with the generator that I sold today for $300. So this is the more quieter one, and that's why I bought this one. It's more heavier though, but I bought it because I wanted to have a little more quiet. I mean, you know, right now it's kind of loud because of the fact that it's pulling half load. You know, to charge the lithium battery back there, and yeah. I don't know why you guys can't see that. Yeah, but yeah, the lithium battery is back there in the DC to DC charger. I have another little charger plugged into the inverter, so that way it charges it, keeps the starting battery maintained. And yeah, so right now it's just charging the lithium. Put the camera on. So yeah, like I said, oh yeah, I'm using Streamlabs instead of Prism. I mean, Prism lets you do both Facebook and YouTube, but it's a little more difficult. I don't know, it just doesn't seem to work for me. It always wants me to go into YouTube Studio and it'll pop a web browser within the app, and it's just messed up, and I gotta keep doing that. So I'm like, Streamlabs just makes it just automatically connects. It does all the encoding for you and everything, and it's good to go. I don't know why my eyes are looking this, you know, the camera's right here, so to my right technically, so it flips. I don't know, it's weird. So yeah, like I said, I'm just kind of babysitting it and just kind of evaluating it and just make sure it's not like surging or anything. It's got fresh gas in it, but you know, but there's a little bit of old gas in it, and I diluted it. I pretty much drained it out the other day, and no, I think it was yesterday. I kind of drained it as much as I could and then dumped in gas and stuff. So but yeah, like I said, just kind of use up what's in there and just kind of babysit it, make sure it works right, and it'll charge the lithium anyways, because when that thing is like, I don't know why, it's so power hungry. I mean, it'll last a long time on a charge, but when you give it power again, you know, at 13 volt power, it just takes it, and that's why that inverter charger, you can limit the amount of current. You can dial it up to like 90 amps, and you can dial it down to where it only puts out 20 amps. I have it at maximum right now, so that way I can put a load on the generator and you know, go from there. And I got the AC too, so that's another couple hundred watts. I think like 350 watts right now. So that's why you see it at 50% load on the meter on the generator, but it's showing a full fuel tank, so that's a good sign too, you know. And it has a 12 cigarette wire. It's got two USB ports on it, you know, things like that. So you know, that's pretty cool too. But yeah, like I said, you know, it's a pretty decent generator now. I mean, I adjusted the valves. So the intake on these valves, on this particular WEN 3800 surge and 3500 continuous, right? The valve, you know, the intake valve. So you want that valve to be all the way up, right, as far as you can get it. So take out the spark plug, it'll make it easier to pull the pull starter, and have the exhaust valve all the way down, and the intake valve all as far as it can go up. You might have to do it several times until you get it just right. And then it's supposed to be 0.005 millimeters or something like that. So I have a set of, I got a fuel gauge I bought from Harbor Freight, and you're supposed to just be able to tighten a little, you know, the little rocker, you know, the little tappet or whatever you call it, that hits the, you know, hits the top of the valve. It's supposed to be able to make it where it just barely pulls out, and you can push it in with just a little bit of pressure, but not too much. You have to like get a feel for it, and then there's a little 9mm jam nut, and you tighten that down once you get it just right, and then you do the exhaust valve, and that's 0.10, I believe, or something like that. No, yeah, for the intake it's 0.05, and for the exhaust it's 0.10. So, and you know, the same thing with that. You want that valve all the way up, and then the exhaust valve all the way down. It might take you several tries, but yeah, that thing's picky. It's very picky on valve clearances. So you have to get it pretty much like spot on. I mean, you can probably be a thousandth of an off. Might be a thousandth of an off, but that's about it. You do 2 or 3 thousandths off, and it's just gonna not want to run. It's not gonna want to start right. It's just a lot of stuff. But it was running good yesterday. I had it running real good yesterday, but the plug for the throttle, the stepper motor that controls the actual carburetor, the throttle on it, that came unplugged off the board. I don't know, off the inverter board. I have no idea how that happened. Just happened. So I ended up taking the whole thing apart. There's these two little keepers, that they're like little tapered. They're kind of tapered, and the tapered part goes towards the engine, and the valve stem has like a little groove at the very top, and that's what. There's like a spring, and then the cap goes the other way, so the cap's like a little, and it goes towards the engine, and then you want to push that down as far as you can and get those keepers. You want the taper and then go towards the engine, and got to get it around the valve stem, and then bring the and then let it come back up nice and slow, and it should. There's like little not grooves, but like little things in the keepers, and that's what lock into that valve stem groove, and then that cap holds it in place because it keeps the keepers from coming apart, separating. So they're like, it's like a continuous circle. Basically locks it in there. It's like a sort of like a, what do you call it, like a snap ring, but it's not a snap ring, and yeah, I was about to throw in the towel and try to take it to a shop or just go buy a whole new one from Harbor Freight, but hey, this thing works. I got it good. I'm happy. I'm just, like I said, I'm just doing the test just to make sure. Oh, the battery charger's done. Well, so I guess I'm going to turn AC. There we go. I'll let the generator throttle down. I'm going to take you guys back outside here and we'll see how quiet the thing is now. You can barely. Yeah, it's pretty quiet now. Turn the water heater on so that way I can have some hot water here. You might be able to hear it. I just heard the inverter click. I don't know why, or maybe that could have been the other battery charger clicking at the same exact time, and it maybe thought it, because it does click occasionally to just kind of give it a shot of voltage for the starting battery. And that's wired before, that's wired to the wires coming to the DC charger, because that positive cable was underneath the van to the alternator directly, and then the negative is on the body back here. I wire wheel the paint off, and then used a terminal lug and bolted it on there with a bolt and a nut, and get it on there nice and tight to the wall. And then up front underneath the hood is a cable from the alternator to the body, and I believe it's a 4-gauge cable or something like that. And then there's another cable from the other alternator mounting bolt directly to the negative of the battery, and that's a 2-gauge cable, I believe, that I bought like 5-6 years ago or something like that, and I've had it laying around. I chopped off the one end, and the other end's got the ring terminal on it, and it's good to go. It's a pretty thick terminal, so it starts. The van starts fine. So basically, the whole chassis, the body, is all grounded, and that's why I'm not having any faults or any problems on these vans. Like Richard from Ford Boss Me says, there's a ground strap that goes from the frame to the body, and that rots out, and then it gives you like problems with your fuel pump and or bleed your gauges or something like that, your fuel gauge or whatever. So always got to check your body grounds and your chassis grounds and make sure they're good. If anything, it's always good to add more. You can always get like cables or make your own and go right off the engine directed to the battery, or right off the alternator directed to the battery, and another cable directly from the alternator to the positive of the battery. You can put a fuse in if you want, you know. I just heard something here. I don't know. What was the battery charger clicking? So yeah, like I said, you can always. That's what I did with the Ford Taurus. I actually connected the battery directed to the end, the starter itself, you know. But negative right to the transmission, and positive right to the alternator. So yeah. Let's go back up here. Let's see what the load is on the generator for the water heater. Oh, it's half load. Oh, that thing draws some power. I think the water heater is like 1440 watts or something, or 1400 watts or something like that. It's actually quite a bit. It's quite a bit of wattage. Yeah, I gotta look for these little bugs in this van too. They're like little tiny red bugs. I don't know what they are. They really bother me a lot, and I gotta make sure I blow. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get my blower and blow my tools off and everything, and wipe them down real good before I bring them back in here, you know. And blow the generator too, you know, the blower. Try to get it nice and clean. I mean, so far so good. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, I can hear from inside. I mean, I'm sure I could sleep with it. You know, I can run the AC, and all I'm gonna hear is just AC. I can even run the microwave too at the same time, and that'll make me happy, you know. Because the other day I went to go run the microwave and the AC at the same time, and it just tripped out the generator, and then the inverter tried to take over the load, and it was just like, I don't want to mess with the inverter control board, you know, because those little relays started at the board are probably not, you know, the high quality transfer like relays. They say they're rated for 30 amps at 255 volt AC. So I don't know. I mean, 30 amps at 255, that's quite a bit though, if you think about it. That's a lot of wattage, right? I think 120, you would double that though. So they should have been rated for 120, not 255. I don't know why. And they're 12 volt power, like little rectangular things on the board, you know. So I got my diesel heater right here too. Got the tank for. I actually put some gasoline in with the my diesel to help kind of thin it out a bit, and to so it's a little more volatile. I mean, you can't smell it in the van or anything. You don't smell it whatsoever. But I might have to run the heater for just a few minutes, kind of get the stuff through the lines. That's probably not a bad idea. But it's gonna make it real hot in the van, though. You know. I don't know. I guess I could try it. Let's see here. Let's turn the camera on. Damn, it doesn't really wanna. It's like, wow. I don't even got a light for this thing. It's like, what the heck? Just my Samsung did way better than this. You know what I mean? Yeah, my Samsung did way better than this. There we go. See? That's the water heater is on. See it? Oh, it's different. I guess it's 21C in here. Oh wow. Yeah, what's this? Yeah, let's just let it run for a little bit, and that way kind of purge the lines up too. Yeah, the pump is right there. See it? So right now the glow plug is doing its thing, and then yeah. See a little spinning symbol. I just want to see how it see how good it does. And I gotta clean the van out too. I gotta help this person move stuff out of her apartment into some pods today. So, and then take a shower, and I'll probably go back out for the night. And then I gotta go to the courthouse by 9 o'clock in the morning. One of my neighbors that lives like a couple doors down here, he schizophrenic, I guess, and I was working on this generator and trying to get trying to get it running, you know. I was just like trying to work on it, do valve clearing, you know, just kept messing with it, and then realized the carburetor was just, the stepper motor wasn't really working. It works on the other generator, and I sold that for $300, and guy's happy with it. So but yeah, like I said, the guy came up on me and just tried to hit me in the head, and he got me right in the shoulder. It's like, because I ducked my head real quick, and then, you know, then I was trying to get away from him, you know what I mean, because I didn't want to keep fighting. I mean, I'm not trying to go to jail. So I pressed charge, but cops only pressed charges at first, but then he came back while the cop was talking to me, and he tries to attack me in front of the cops. So that's when the cops tackled him, and he resisted arrest. Like, he was, it took like 3 cops to get him down. I was like, holy shit. And I got it, and I recorded it. It's on my YouTube, but it's unlisted, so you won't see it, because right now it's a technically active investigation. I only want the video for the police, unless they need to access it or whatever, because they got body cameras, but my view is more further out, showing the whole scene. Their cameras might be blocked by their arm moving or you know, things like that. So, you know, I pretty much gave them a 4th perspective, you know. So it all works out pretty well. Yeah, now the heater's going. You can hear the pump. Hear it? So basically, it's like taking, because it was starting to get more yellowed in the lines, and that's what prompted me to do this right now, anyways. Because it was turning yellow, so I didn't want to. I'm gonna put my hand over the pipe here to kind of help get it nice and hot. And I hear the pump kicking up now, so. There we go. See it? I think it's starting to clear up a little bit too. It's gonna take a little bit, but yeah, it's starting to clear up. I can tell. There we go. Now it's ramping up because as it gets hotter and hotter, then the pump will keep on going because I have it set for a higher temperature. I forgot the hertz rate on it, but yeah, now it's gonna pump a lot more though. There we go. Now the fan is ramped up. See it? Pretty neat, right? This stuff sits for a while, and I have to like kind of, I have to exercise it, you know. There we go. Wish I had the temperature gun to show you guys this. This thing's actually pretty warm already. It's crazy. I got the little, oh yeah, I got the vent right here. I can just aim it upwards so it doesn't burn my toolbox or something. You know, my tool bag. Well, no. I got the little, I got the other head where I could put the, you know, the 4 pipes on it, of course, you know. So, yeah, you hear it? There we go. Now it's nice and hot. Damn, that got hot pretty quick though. Wow, got hot real quick. Probably because there's, you know, because of the gasoline. helps it burn a little bit hotter, right? See, it's already clearing up a little bit. It's all push connect because there's no pressure, so you know what I mean? See, I can show you how it's all. Here's the exhaust pipe runs right to the metal there, so. Steam or not? Yeah, it's steaming now. See what? Yeah, you can hear it kind of hissing a little bit. Yeah, it was steaming, so you know, like I said. Pretty hot now, wow. So I shut her down. There we go. And then it just kind of revs up a little bit and kind of draws down the pump. Should be off. Or maybe not. Oh, okay, yeah. It's throttling down. Yeah, it's turning off now. It's just the glow plug kind of turns on, I guess, to maybe burn off anything that might be on it. So, you know what I mean? And then it turns off, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty hot, though. I mean, it gets hot pretty quick. Pretty cool. It gets hot pretty quick. Oh, the battery charger just turned on. It's weird. Trip out. The little red light was flashing. It wasn't continuous, flashing. There we go. So yeah, I just turned the water heater off just for now, so that way I can let the, I guess from running the diesel heater, it made the battery charger trip on, I guess. So, you know, see if we can see voltage here. Showing 14.2, but that thing's off by like a couple points though. It's more like 14.5 or 14.7 right now on the Renogy. So yeah, there we go. Now I can put the water heater back on. Oh, the water heater doesn't need to be on. Wow, it's already done. Yeah, it's pretty hot. Let's turn it off though, so that way. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, the generator is running pretty damn good. It's amazing. There we go. I guess the inverter kind of clicks, bumps because it sees the voltage drop, so it bumps. So it clicks a relay and it bumps the voltage up. It's like an AVR, so it bumps up the voltage, but it probably doesn't need to. It's just when the compressor first started up, you know. So that's pretty cool, right? So yeah, you know, there's some people down there. All right, but yeah, just wanted to show you guys that you know, that I fixed the generator, and it's pretty simple. I mean, at first I was pissed off and angry, was ready to throw it in the trash, but now it's working. So yeah. All right. I'll see you guys later, okay?